guys. Okay, today we're going to start in tabletop. We're going to warm up our spine a little bit. So our tabletop, you're going to get on your hands and knees. You want your knees to be under your hips and your wrists to be under your shoulders. Okay, so we're going to start here. You can leave your toes tucked or untucked. I'm going to leave mine untucked flat on the mat. And the first thing you want to do is think about spiraling. So taking your triceps and spiraling them backwards. Get your base nice and strong. Push your knees into the ground. Push your wrists into the ground. First thing you're going to do is take an inhale. Drop your belly. Lift your chest up towards the sky. Think about pulling your heart and your chest through. Exhale. Push the ground down and away. Suck your belly button up towards your spine. Round your back. Inhale. Drop your belly. Pull your heart through your chest. Stretch out your front body. Exhale. Push back. Push the ground away. Lift your heart and your chest up. Inhale. Drop your spine. Try to go a little deeper. Exhale. Push the ground away. One more time. Inhale. Look up towards the sky. Exhale. Push the ground away. Then go ahead and come back to neutral. We're going to wake up our side body a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to inhale and you're going to think about bringing your hip and your shoulder towards each other. So it's going to look like this. Like you're kind of wiggling. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Look back towards your heel. Exhale towards center. Inhale. Look back towards your left heel. Exhale, back through center. Inhale. Back to the right leg. Exhale, back through center. Inhale to the left leg. Exhale, back through center. Then from here, we're going to slowly work our way up. So if your feet are flat on the ground, tuck your toes under. Firm up your arms. And you're going to lift your knees just a couple inches off the ground. Let's activate our core. Suck your tummy in. And then go ahead and push your hips up and back towards the sky. We're going to go into our downward dog. So here in your downward dog, you want to push your chest back towards your feet and your legs. Keep your arms nice and strong. If you need to, widen your hands a little bit so you can push your chest through. Go ahead and walk your dog. So bend into your right knee, straighten your left leg. Feel a stretch in the back of the left leg. Inhale, go ahead and switch. Go ahead, bend into the left leg, straighten out the right leg. Push the right heel down towards the ground. Feel the stretch in the back and the side of the right leg. One more time each side. Go ahead, bend into the right knee as you straighten the left leg. Push the left heel towards the ground. Bend into your right knee. Inhale, switch. Straighten out the right knee, bend into the left knee. Push your right heel towards the ground. Keep pushing your chest back towards your thighs. And then go ahead and straighten into both knees. Then we're going to go ahead and come forward into that tabletop hover. Keep your core nice and tight. And then rotate your hips back again. Push your chest back towards your thighs. Push your hands into the ground. Try to straighten your legs. You want to think about pushing your knees backwards. Then go ahead one more time. Slowly with control, come forward into your low tabletop. Push your hips up and back one more time. Try to get a little bit looser here. Okay. Now from here, You're gonna put your weight into your left leg, plant your left foot nice and strong. Use your right butt cheek to lift your right leg up nice and straight. Bend the knee. Do a couple of hip circles. Do 3 clockwise. Stop. Do 3 counterclockwise. Okay. And then you're going to come forward. Bring the knee into the chest. Bring it with you. Hold your core tight. Plant the right hand through. Slowly with control, drop the left back knee down. Untuck the foot so the foot's flat against the ground. Get your base nice and strong. So here, I want you to think about bringing your heel backwards towards the back foot and think about driving your left knee forward. So automatically when you do that, you should feel yourself kind of tighten up, get a little bit stronger, and then we're going to go ahead and lift up into our lunge. So just like at practice here, slowly lower. You want to feel the stretch in the hip flexor on the left side right here. If it's more comfortable, you can place your hands on the front knee, but make sure your chest is staying up straight. You don't want to be leaning forward. Push your chest away. Keep pulling this hip forward and drawing your right heel backwards. You can deepen into the posture and feel more of a stretch in the left hip flexor. Okay, then from here we're going to push back into our half splits. So push into that front right heel, drive yourself backwards so that your hips are over your back right knee. Straighten that front leg as much as you can. If you still have a little bend, that's okay. The most important thing is that you're pulling your foot backwards so your toes are going up towards the sky. If you have a bend in that knee, that's okay. You'll still feel the stretch in the back right hamstring, okay? So think about same thing, pulling your chest forward. You don't want to be curving. You want to think about making your chest forward and your spine long. When you do that, you'll feel more of a stretch in the back of the leg. And don't forget to keep a nice steady breath. And then go ahead, use the weight on this knee to push forward. We're going to come back into our lunge. Hopefully you should be able to get a little bit deeper in the lunge this time. And same thing, you want to go ahead and pull your right heel backwards and push your left hip forwards. Push back into our half splits one more time. Same thing, pull those toes back towards you. If you have a bend in your knee, that's okay. Keep your chest pushing forward and feel a stretch in the back of the right hamstring. We're going to come forward to our lunge. Now go ahead and take both hands to the inside of the right foot. And then I'm going to scoot back a little bit. Okay, then you're going to go ahead and bring that right foot out a little bit wider. Turn your toes out so your foot's at a 45-degree angle. And you still want to think about pulling your chest through. So this is our lizard lunge stretch. So you should feel a sensation on the inside groin here and in the front of your hip flexor. If you want to stay here and you feel enough of the stretch, that's fine. If you want to go a little bit deeper, go ahead and take your right hand to the inside of the right knee. Push your left palm firmly into the ground and twist your chest up to the right towards the sky. You'll feel more of a stretch in the left hip flexor. You can push the inside of the right knee away, but keep pulling your chest up towards the sky. Take 3 breaths here. Okay, go ahead. Release the right hand back down to the ground if you brought it back up. Go ahead and pivot that foot back in. And then from here, we're going to come up into our crescent lunge. So you're going to go ahead and tuck the back right foot. Get that front leg strong. And you want to think about driving it in towards your tricep. You're going to go ahead and straighten that back left leg. Get your base nice and strong. Same thing, think about pulling this heel backwards and pulling this hip forwards. And we're gonna go ahead and come up into our crescent lunge. If this back leg is bent, that's fine. You wanna think about pulling your hips and your pelvis forward so you feel a stretch in this left hip flexor. Keep this front knee bent, and you wanna build some strength here. If you wanna stretch out the arms, go ahead, bring them around back, clasp your hands, and squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Take 3 breaths here. And then we're gonna bend forward into our humble warrior. Bring your chest down, keep your head pointing forward. Front leg is nice and strong. Keep the back leg nice and strong. And then come back up. Go ahead, straighten that front leg. Bring the arms out wide. Keep your balance good. So you want to think about bringing your thighs in towards each other. That will help strengthen your core and give you better balance. So keep your arms out wide. And we're going to slowly dive forward. You'll feel a stretch in the back of this leg. Okay? Stop wherever you need to. If you need to stop here at your shin, that's fine. If you can bring your hands to the ground, that's good too. And we'll take 3 breaths here. So same thing in every pose. You want to think about bringing your chest forward. Okay? No curved spines. Chest forward. Then go ahead, bend into that front knee. Drop the back knee down. We'll come back into that runner's lunge. Plant both hands on the ground. And you're going to bring this knee, straighten this back left knee, and bring the right leg to meet the left leg. Come into our plank. Let's hold that here for 3 breaths. So straighten your legs, tighten your core, push the ground away, push your chest up, and then push back into our downward dog. Okay, we're going to do the same thing now on the left side. So go ahead and put most of your weight into your right foot. Strengthen the right leg. That's your base. You're going to use the left butt cheek to lift the left leg. Bend into the knee. Let's do hip circles on this side. 3 clockwise. 3 counterclockwise. And then go ahead, bring that knee forward with your body, bring your chest forward, hug your knee in, plant the left foot down. Drop the back right knee to the ground, come up on your fingertips. So same thing, let's build our base here on this left side. I want you to think about pulling your left heel back towards your crotch, and then bring your front knee towards your front foot. And we're going to go ahead and lift up here. Go ahead, if you did it on the first side, take your hands to the top of your left knee and push your chest away. So think about keeping your chest tall, stretching into this front right hip flexor. You can bring your hips forward a little bit more, bend into that front knee to give you more of a stretch here. Take 3 deep breaths. Go ahead, push back. We're going to come into our half splits. So push into that front left heel. Bring your hips back over the back right knee. Lift the front left toes up towards the sky. Same thing on this side. If you have a bend in your knee, that's okay. Wherever you can go, wherever is your edge, find that. You can plant your fingertips on the front of your left shin or towards the ground. Keep your spine nice and straight. Your chest is coming forward. And keep your toes up. Let's take 3 breaths here. Okay, go ahead, come forward into our lunge again. So hopefully this time you can go a little bit deeper. We're a little bit looser warmed up. So come forward into your lunge. Pull your left heel to the back. Pull your right hip towards the front. You'll feel a little activation in your core, a stretch in the right hip flexor. Push your chest up and away. And then go ahead, let's come back into our half splits again. So bring your hips back over the right leg, straighten the left leg as much as you can. Pull the left toes up towards the sky. Keep your spine straight, your chest pulling forward. Take 2 more breaths. And push yourself forward into the lunge. We're going to come into our lizard lunge, so bring your left hand to the inside of the left foot. Walk the left foot out just a little bit. Go ahead and pick that foot up, point the toes out to 45 degrees. If you want to hang out here, that's fine. You should feel a sensation on the inside of the left groin and a stretch in the right hip flexor. If this is enough for you today, that's fine. If you want to go a little bit deeper, go ahead and take the left hand to the inside of the left knee. Gently push it away. Turn your chest up towards the sky. And let's take 3 breaths in whatever your final position is. Bring the left hand back to the ground if you put it on your knee. Go ahead and walk that foot in. Bring the hand to the outside. We're going to set up for our crescent pose. So get the front leg nice and strong. Start to bring the left heel towards the back. Tuck the right toes under. Start to straighten that back right leg. Get your base nice and strong. So think about pulling your heel backwards and your hip on the right side forwards. And then we're going to come up into our crescent lunge. So keep that bend in the back knee so that you feel a stretch in this hip flexor. Keep a bend in the back knee and squeeze this right butt cheek. You'll feel more of a stretch here. Bring your hands up towards the side. Slowly bring them behind you. Go ahead and clasp. Stay nice and strong here for 2 breaths. And go ahead and lean your chest forward. Let's come to our humble warrior. Bend into that front leg. Straighten the back right leg. Keep the legs strong. Slowly lift up. Bring the arms out. Straighten the front leg. So same thing here. Think about pulling your thighs in towards each other. That'll help with your balance. Bring the arms out to the side. Bring your chest forward. And then slowly bend over your front left leg. If you need to stop here on the shin, that's fine. You just want to feel a stretch here. Wherever your limit is totally fine. If you can come a little bit lower and bring your fingertips to the ground, that's good too. Let's take 3 breaths here. Okay, then go ahead and bend into that front left knee. Come back to the ground into our runner's lunge. Plant both hands on the ground on either side of the front leg. Lift that back leg up. Tuck the left knee in. Hold it there for a second. Bring it back to meet the right foot. And let's hold our plank here. Let's hold it here for 5 breaths. You can do it. Push your hands into the ground. Keep your belly button pulling up towards your spine. Keep your legs nice and strong and straight. And then we're slowly going to lower on a 5 count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the ground. Okay, then from here, we're going to do our scorpions. So it's been a while since we've done these, but we're going to work into the back and the hips. Okay? So the first thing you're going to do is bend the right leg and lift it up. Relax it back down. Okay? So let's do that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, lift from your glute, 4, 5. Relax the right leg. Bend the left knee up. Push the left foot up towards the sky. Use your glute. We got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax the left leg. Go ahead, bend into the right leg. Lift it up, and then you're gonna bring it over and touch the foot. So let's work into that spine, okay? Slowly control, come back. Relax the leg back down. Bend into the left knee. Lift the left foot up towards the sky. Twist your hip. Come down and touch the ground. Slowly with control, come back. Let's do 5 each side. Bend into the right knee. Lift the right foot up. Bring the hip over. Touch. Nice and slow back down. Bend the left knee. Lift the left foot up. Bring the left hip over. Touch. Slowly bring it back. Right side. Left foot up. Right foot over. Touch the ground. Come back. Nice and slow. Left foot up. Hip over. Touch. Come back. Right. Bend the left knee. Left foot up. Left hip over. Touch. Come back. Right. Bend the right knee. Right foot up. Over. Come back. Left foot up. Touch. Over. Come back. Right side, one more time. Left side, one more time. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead, bring your palms and your hands so they're down by your chest. Tuck your toes under. Straighten your legs out so that your kneecaps are up off the ground. Bring your elbows in. Suck them in, squeeze them in towards your body. And then push away from the ground. Come into your down dog. Go ahead and lift the right leg straight up and back. Bring the right knee forward towards your nose. Plant the right foot like we're gonna come into our runner's lunge. You're gonna go ahead and spin the back left foot down. You wanna make sure that the right front heel and the left foot are intersecting each other in the middle, okay? So same thing here. Bring this front right heel back towards the back foot. Strengthen up your legs and your base. And we're gonna spin up into warrior 2, okay? So you wanna have this front right knee is bent as deep as you can. If you're here, that's okay. Keep this back left leg nice and strong. Think about turning on your butt cheek on the right side and look over your front fingers, okay? We'll be here for 5 breaths. Keep yourself nice and strong. Build the strength in your legs and the flexibility. Okay, then go ahead and straighten that front right leg. Shift the torso. So what that looks like, you're gonna shift the torso forward. So keep your legs where they're at. And then we're gonna come into triangle. So grab your shin wherever you are. Your left hand's up towards the sky. You wanna think about bringing your hips forward. You should feel a nice stretch on the inner thigh here. Okay, then stand strong into your right leg. Push yourself back up. Pivot those front toes forward. And we're gonna slowly swan dive down. Stretch the back of the hamstrings here. However low you can go is fine. I want your spine to be straight. Okay, so keep your toes pointed in towards each other. Your chest is coming forward. And then relax your head. Let's take 5 breaths there. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale here. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Then we're going to pivot into the front leg. So go ahead and spin that front foot forward. So now your front left foot and your back right foot are intersecting each other. Your heel should be in the middle of your right arch. And from here, we're going to bend into our warrior 2 on the left side. Okay, so bring your arms straight out in front of you. Look over your front feet. Keep your legs nice and strong. Think about pulling that left heel back towards the right foot, and think about bringing the right foot back towards the left heel. So you'll feel an automatic lift in the middle of your body. Build your strength here. Take 3 more breaths. Then go ahead and straighten that front left leg. We're going to do our triangle here. So same thing, shift your torso on your pelvis. Drop your left hand down to the shin. Use it as leverage, so push against your shin and think about pulling your hips forward and your chest back. Lift your right arm up towards the sky, and you should feel a stretch on the inside thigh here. Go ahead, use the strength of your legs. Lift yourself back up. One more time, pivot your toes in so that you're a little bit pigeon-toed, or your toes are pointing towards each other. And then we're going to stretch the back of our hamstrings one more time. Lift your chest up, bend your upper body forward and down. If you can, grab onto your shins, ankles, or toes, and pull yourself down towards the ground. Relax your head. Take 3 deep breaths at your edge. Okay, keep your legs nice and strong. Inhale, lift your upper body up, and then walk your feet in just a little bit. We're gonna come into our Malasana or yogi squat. Slowly turn your knees out and lower, drop your hips down in between your knees. So adjust your feet how you need to. And then you're gonna bring your elbows to the inside of the thighs and knees and lift up. Think about pulling your chest forward, drop into your hips. Let's do a spine twist here. So drop this left hand down to the ground. Push the back of your left tricep into the inside of your left leg, and you're going to twist your spine and your chest up towards the sky. Take 3 breaths here. Bring the right arm back down. We're going to go ahead and switch. So bring the back of the right tricep to the inside of the right leg. Plant your right hand to the outside of your right foot as your leverage. Twist your spine and lift your arm up towards the sky on the left side. And take 3 deep breaths here. Keep reaching up towards the sky. Keep twisting your spine. Keep pushing your right arm into your right thigh. And relax. Bring the arm back down. Now slowly lower your hips towards the ground. Straighten out your legs to make our diamond shape here. So you're going to go ahead and make your long diamond. If your legs are out here, that's perfect. If your legs are in here, that's perfect. All of our hips are different. It's going to look a little bit different for all of us. Just make sure that you're comfortable. You can push your knees down towards the ground and keep your chest up nice and straight. Okay? So from here, grab either your shins, your ankles, or your feet, wherever your flexibility is at today. And you're going to think about pulling your chest forward. So don't round your spine. Try to think about keeping your spine straight and pull your chest forward. you should be feeling this stretch in the outside of the hips over here, okay? So bring your chest forward, forward, forward. We'll hold it here for 3 breaths. And then lift back up. Okay. Last one for today. Go ahead and straighten out both legs. Nice and straight. Think about keeping your chest lifted up. If you have any fleshy parts under your the bony parts in your butt, go ahead and lift that away. And then you want to think about pulling your chest forward. So same thing. Grab either your shins, your ankles, or your feet, and pull your chest forward. So you should feel this stretch in the back of your hamstrings. If your knees bend a little bit, that's okay. The stretch should be up here near your butt and in the back of your legs. Okay, so pull yourself forward. If you want to relax your head down, just make sure you're not rounding your spine. We're going to hold it here for 3 more breaths. Exhale, release, come back up. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you're doing really well. If you have any questions on Monday or Wednesday about any of this, let me know. I can record new videos that will be a little bit different as we get a little bit more familiar with this. Good luck, you guys. Do well.